Next we have American Legion Post 64 Commander. Would like to speak. Anyone else who would like to speak, please come on up. Thank you, sir. Come on up. You ready?
Who don't know me, my name is Jim Stanton. I lived in Ladysmith for about 25 years, and then I was hired by the federal government to go to work for the Army Reserve. I was at GS-7, working for the United States Army Recruiting Command out of Minneapolis from 1980 to 1999. And I recruited a lot of Vietnam vets, but they had a very bad taste in their mouth. And how I got to know them, I used to call the school list on the school. I called these young kids up that were juniors and seniors in school. And I was working for the United States Army Reserve. I was at GS-7. I was a federal employee working for the military. And I enjoyed every minute of it because I talked to vets. They had a bad taste in their mouth because this was back in 1980, 85. And what happened down there was the military didn't really give them the credibility they should have got. It took a little while. It took about 20 years before they even realized the Vietnam vets were really important to the United States of America. And today, I'm glad I told something about it. But you know, I talked to some of these people with the bad taste in their mouth. I put in probably 75 or 80, I can't remember, of fathers and sons in the Army, United States Army Reserve. They fought side by side. They cut the military down in the recruiting command in Minneapolis. When I went to work for the Minneapolis recruiting command, we had 100,000 Army people in the Army. They were cutting the Army down and building up the Army National Guard and the Army Reserve. My mission was 5 to 6 people a month to put in as a recruiter. And we had 3 recruiters for the Army Reserve in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. I worked there for 15 years, 1980 to 1995. And I learned a lot about the Vietnam vet. And I got them back in the Army Reserve, and some are retired now from the Army Reserve because they served 2, 3, 4 years in the service. Some were in the Navy, some were in the Army, some were in the Marine Corps, some were in the Coast Guard. These are the people that I did. I was one of the top recruiters in the United States in my day. They don't have no GS-7s working in the recruiting command anymore. They got all Army, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard with uniforms. And the thing I want to tell you is I met a lot of good people. I learned more about Vietnam than I ever did. Also, I put a guy in, he runs the 211 Club in Ladysmith, Wisconsin. I put his son in. He was in the Marine Corps for 10 years, and I put him in the Army Reserve as a first lieutenant in the United States Army Reserve. He went to Vietnam, and he married a Vietnamese girl. And you know who the guy is? He ran the 211 for many years in the back door. And he's married to a Vietnam girl. He's also a major today, ex-Marine in the United States Army Reserve. And I gotta respect all Vietnam people. I was not in Vietnam, but we had 57,000 troops die in Vietnam. And the thing we gotta look at is we gotta respect the Vietnam vet. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Joe. Sure would like to get him to speak.
As I said earlier, my name is Shirley Patrick. My son, Staff Sergeant Patrick Lee Liebert, was killed in Afghanistan 21 June 2006. AMVET post, Wisconsin 127, is actually Baco Liebert AMVET post 127. Named for Nathan John Baco, who was killed in Iraq, May 5th, 2006, and then my son. So we want to thank you for the recognition, but also I would encourage you to consider joining AMVETS. AMVETS is totally inclusive. And for anyone that heard the gentleman's concerns about being called names and terrible signs, the soldiers in this war have been called the same names and had the same signs thrown at them. And it takes a deep inner courage and a knowledge that there are people who know better. So I encourage you to continue supporting one another. I encourage you to step out and offer the support and encouragement to our young veterans who are coming home now, because you have so much to teach them and so much to share. So thank you for Baco Liebert and that post 127, and thank you for your service.
I'm going to take a quick second to walk around this mic here to save some time.